Hi guys, this is Kanuj from Candytech, and today we have the latest Asus Zenfone Max. This is the latest smartphone which has got launched last week. It is an upgrade from the existing Zenfone Max, which used to come with a Snapdragon 410 processor. This one comes with a Snapdragon 615. The Zenfone Max also now comes in a 2GB RAM variant as well as a 3GB RAM variant. This Zenfone Max is a 2GB RAM variant actually, and Asus has also increased the storage space on this one. So earlier there was 16GB of space, and now the Zenfone Max comes with the 32GB of space. So let's do a quick unboxing and check out what's inside the box. So here we have the Asus Zenfone Max, and it's a pretty good build quality and finish on this one. There's a metallic edge around the corner, so display is quite large and big. There's a speaker at the top. Then we have a front 5 megapixel camera. Let's move to the back. So here we have a 13 megapixel camera, and then there is a dual LED flash. Then there is a laser focus. There is Asus written at the back of the smartphone, and then there is Zenfone written here. There's a speaker grill. The back side has a matte leather finish, which looks very premium, and it's really easy to hold in hand. So we have the power button here and volume rocker on this side. So that's the Asus Zenfone Max, the newer version. Now let's check out what else Asus has given us inside this box. It comes with a USB charger. Okay, there is a reverse charging cable which is given with the Zenfone Max. You can charge another smartphone using the Zenfone Max, and this is a reversible charging cable which you can use. Here is the charger for Zenfone Max. Yes, it does have fast charging support, but the Zenfone Max, the earlier version, used to take around 4 hours to charge, and we expect almost similar time from this one also. The speaker is at the back side of the smartphone, and it does produce good sound, but it's not very loud, I will say. So let's try out and check how is the browsing performance of the smartphone. I have already browsed and found this display also really nice, and reading text on it is also quite good. Watching videos again is really good on this large screen, and speaker complements it well. On the Geekbenchmark score, the smartphone had a single core performance and score of 700, while on the multi-core it scored 3017. That's a decent score if we consider the Geekbenchmark, and compared to a lot of different phones like L1 Seiko, which scored a little higher on this one, the Zenfone Max does a good job in terms of benchmarks. Okay, let's try the Temple Run 2 on the Asus Zenfone Max. The graphics are really smooth, and gameplay is fluent. There is no issue in frames or playing the game. I have played it before also on this smartphone, so this works well on this particular device. So the Temple Run 2 runs easily and smoothly on Asus Zenfone Max, and okay, let's play the Modern Combat 5 and see how the smartphone performs in this game. The gameplay is smooth, and I played it before also. The gameplay which has been good, and not issues there. So the 5.5-inch HD display also looks good. Color reduction is also good. So overall, the gameplay is really smooth while playing Modern Combat 5 and other games. This is a really decent performance, I will say, from the Asus Zenfone Max. Let's talk about the UI and user experience on this Asus Zenfone Max. A bit different from stock Android. but it is a real upgrade if I'll consider and compare it with the previous Asus Zenfone Max which I had, and that was running on a Lollipop, and this one is running on Android Marshmallow. So in terms of UI, the experience is much better on this one compared to the old Asus Zenfone Max, and it feels really smooth, and it works well. There are no lags in terms of UI, and if you open any apps and if you have many apps opened also, still the RAM management is good on this device. Usually I find that there's 1 GB of RAM which is used and around 1 GB of RAM which is available even if there are multiple apps which are open. The whole experience is good. There are themes which you can use and download on this Zenfone Max from the Zen UI. So there are tons of themes, some of them are paid, some of them are free, which you can use and download. Then if you go to the settings, UI looks quite similar to the stock Android, and I'm pleased with the UI in the settings at least, and it looks very familiar and uh, very close to the stock Android. Then if you get the latest software which the smartphone is running, there is also some apps which Asus has integrated, and like the Asus Mobile Manager, I think this is one of the really functional apps which they have integrated. So it shows you battery percentage, how much RAM is being used. So if you want to free up some RAM, you can press the RAM power boost, and it helps you save some of the RAM. So around 889 MB of RAM is used around one of the 1.8 GB available. Compared to some other smartphones also, I found it good. But then there is also a green and bluish combination of icons which some of you may like and some of you may not like. But overall it doesn't feel cartoonish, it feels good, and it's quite usable and better compared to some of the other UIs I have used on other smartphones. Okay, let's test the camera app on the Asus Zenfone Max and see how it performs. So let's first see the autofocus system and how it works. Yes, it takes some bit of time to focus and capture the subject, but it does capture good amount of details. So let's check out the pics, and okay, so really sharp, really good pics. We have good amount of light in this room, and I even tried it in low light conditions. The camera app works good, and the camera itself is 13 megapixel rear camera, and it works well. So let me give you a preview of the app. There are different effects which are available on this app camera, and let me show you some of the pictures which I have taken outdoor. And so this is an outdoor picture which we have taken, and it came out really well. Again, pictures are quite detailed in good light conditions, and I really enjoyed working with this camera. There is a bit of overexposure sometimes, but then I was in very good light conditions, and this is an image I captured in the low light condition. It's a close shot, and again it came really well. So this is also a close shot, and again came really well. So on the camera front, I'll say that this is a really good camera, and compared to some of the competition phones I have reviewed recently, like the Redmi Note 3 and the Leico LE1S, I think this camera is slightly better in terms of autofocus system and capturing the images in the correct colors. So again, the videos also on this camera are pretty good. I have captured one of the videos, and I really liked the video quality on this one, and I'll upload a small clip for this video also in this video, in the full review, and you can have a look at it. Yeah, one more point was there that while recording the video, the audio is a bit low on this smartphone. When I was recording and talking into the video, the output gives a lower sound quality in terms of volume, but definitely the speaker at the back of this device is good, and if you're watching YouTube or other things, it's a good speaker which you can definitely use. The front camera also works really good. I have captured some of the images using the front camera, and let me show you one or two samples, and I'll upload them as well. So this is the image which I captured using the front camera, and I think it came really well. So this is also another image which we captured the front camera and came really well. So that's about the camera for Asus Zenfone Max. Okay, let's talk about the battery life of Asus Zenfone Max. I have been using this smartphone for the last week, and I'll say that after a whole day of usage, I am still left with around 35 to 40% of battery, and it even works on the next day easily till late afternoon. I have kept the smartphone in the performance mode, and you can switch it to normal mode or power saving mode. From a battery life perspective, I think Asus has done a really good job in terms of optimization of software as well as the hardware. I think the smartphone is really good. It has really good battery life, and the UI and UX is really improved with the Android Marshmallow. There is 32 GB of storage which you can use. There is even a dedicated slot wherein you can utilize a 64 GB of micro SD card. Overall performance of Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 is good. I have not observed any heating on this smartphone, especially compared to other smartphones which I have reviewed. There is a back panel which is leatherish, so it also helps in terms of heat dissipation, and you don't feel it too hot. The metal phones are actually become more hot compared to these types of phones. The display is decent, but it could have been a full HD. Again, this model comes with 2 GB of RAM and is priced at 9,999. I think this model is much better and cheaper and more value for money. But definitely, if you are looking at a smartphone with for future prospects, then you can also buy the 12,999 model. Overall, the camera performance also is decent on this smartphone in low light condition, in bright daylight. The autofocus system works well, the colors come vivid, and overall I was satisfied. In this price range, the camera performance I found to be really good. In terms of competition, we really can't compare it in terms of hardcore specs with the Redmi Note 3 or L1 Seiko, but again, the build quality on this one is really good. There are certain real positive points like the better camera quality and the great battery life which you miss out on any other smartphones. So if you're looking for a good camera, better battery life, a decent reliable phone in 1000 rupees range, then definitely you can look at Asus Zenfone Max. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, subscribe to Candy Tech.